Here's one of the strange problems we've all been facing during this lockdown period and during the times in which we're working from home. I call it beating blegh. The simple sense that one day just blurs and merges and fades into another, and there's no distinction, no differentiation, and for that reason, it's hard to apply discipline. Discipline is one of the key foundations upon which a successful career is built. How do you do it when things are starting to just merge together and you really are just feeling that sense of flatline blegh? Well, here are 4 things that I've done that I found help me. And they're a little unorthodox, but try them on for size and see if one of them works for you. The first one is quite a surprising one. Very loud music. I find that it's incredibly useful from time to time to put on some headphones and listen to my music unusually loudly. I'm a great fan of all manner of genres. I'll listen to classical music, I'll listen to heavy rock. I find that the one that's getting through to me at the moment, and that's what I'm after, is AC/DC. So I will do workouts in the backyard and I will have that on virtually full blast, full volume. And what it does is it is so all-encompassing that it penetrates the blegh, and I find that very useful. Next one, implied in the first one, is exercise. If you're not doing daily exercise, try to get that into your routine, because the point at which you start to sweat, where your heart rate elevates, you find that it actually releases all manner of endorphins and makes you feel good. Now, especially for, say, guys who do a lot of weightlifting, you're not going to get that from lifting heavy weights. It's from the cardio afterwards. I do a lot of weightlifting. At the moment, I'm using resistance bands because I don't have access to the gym's weights. But I find that if I just do the weightlifting, the resistance bands, and I don't add the cardio, I don't actually feel good at the end of it. It may help with the muscle growth and the hypertrophy, but it does not help with the promotion of endorphins. 15-20 minutes worth of skipping, running, whatever the case might be, get your heart rate up and get the sweat flowing, and afterwards you get that sense of, I feel alive. And that is more valuable than usual right now. Third thing you can do to beat the blegh and the flatline: watch something deeply moving. Now, you can interpret deeply moving one way or the other. I'm a big fan of horror movies, and we rewatched The Grudge the other day. And I've got to say, at certain points, even though I've seen it a few times, it still raised the hairs on the back of my neck, and it still sent goosebumps down my arms. And that makes you feel alive. It reaches you, it gets through to you, and it breaks the doldrums. Now, you can interpret that differently if you want. Perhaps you want something moving, something that makes you cry. I actually attempted to rewatch Schindler's List the other day, one of the all-time great movies, and I got as far as the shoes scene, and that was enough for me. But I found one that worked very well for me is a movie that was released around the year 2000 called Frequency. And it's a simple little story about a dad and son talking to one another over time via a sunspot. And it's just a very deeply moving story, and even more effective if you've had kids since the year 2000. Rewatch that movie, it will get through to you, it makes you feel alive. That's our third idea. And the fourth one, try this. All right, for tomorrow, set up 4 things in a row and force yourself to rush between them. Now, we've previously spoken about this idea of 90-minute sprints, 90-minute chunks of work as being a well-researched and well-documented, the most productive way to work. You close the door, you focus for 90 minutes, it's incredibly powerful. Now try this one as well. Set up 4 things in a row and make sure you have to rush from one to the other. So in other words, you start with maybe your 90 minutes, and that could be answering emails, working on a book, whatever it is you're doing to position yourself as an expert and build your career. Then make sure that 5 minutes after that, you are outside doing a heavy workout. Do your heavy workout for a pre-planned period of time, and then make sure that 5 minutes after that, you have to be doing the next thing. And it's that sense of rush, that sense of imposed urgency that again helps to beat the blegh and make you feel alive. There are clever ways of beating the sort of doldrums and the sense that one day is just like the other. There are 4 suggestions for you, and I hope they help. If you have any more things that have been working for you, won't you please share them with us? Drop it in the comments section below, and if you find these videos helpful, please do share them.